Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 654. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Corey Feinside
Hey, hey.
and Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers. We are live on Twitch, usually on Tuesday nights, but it's Wednesday night. So,
Happy
Mike,
belated 4th,
yeah,
everyone.
it's 4th of July was yesterday,
No,
so happy.
we're not celebrating America this year. They don't get a birthday.
No,
They've been
American...
bad lately.
yeah. So I went to a ball game in it was definitely Trump country. So, but it was fun.
Well, they all move on to because they're not drinking Bud Light anymore, right? What are they drinking?
Yeah. So it's a lot of Bush. They carry Bush now on the stadiums. Yeah.
Are you serious? The stadium switched that quick?
Dead serious. Stadium has Bush. Yeah. I've never saw Bush there before. They don't even have. They have Budweiser, but they didn't have any Bud Light.
But
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, people.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I'm always saying vote for a wall, but so go ahead. But like, I feel they'll come around at some point.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyways, guys, it's once again we're live on Twitch. Thank you. Usually it's Tuesday nights. We're here on Wednesday night this week, and there's people riding down my road. So sorry. I have air conditioning in, so my window's a little louder than normal. But so I apologize if I have more noise. But it's hot as hell out today. It's really hot. So, all right. Yeah, guys, this is the Moviecast. Like I said, Mike can't join us, but let's get started. We had what we've been up to and the box office. I can kick us off because
You see some weird adventure film or something with some old guy?
I may have seen a classic film.
Was it a fossil digging up a fossil?
It was an archaeologist. Yeah, it was actually. At certain points in that movie, yes, that does happen. But yeah, hang on, look at my glasses. Okay. So yeah, I saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Nice.
The number one movie in America, but not the way they wanted it. Not like this. So unfortunately, Dial of Destiny opened up at 60.4 million, with a multiple different reports of budgets. Argue however you want, 250 million, 330 million, whatever you want to argue, it's disaster. Even at 250, it's disaster. So the it did 60.4. It's never going to make its money back no matter what it does. Worldwide, I think it's at what 110. I think it did, right? 110.
Like
yeah. So yeah, massive flop. I would say, man, the movies are brutal this summer for just Elemental. That New Kids movie I put on the news. What was that movie?
Kraken or something?
Yeah, the Teenage Kraken movie bombed.
It was funny because my kid's camp is supposed to go to the movies tomorrow, and they're like, well, the only thing that's playing is the Kraken movie, so we're actually just going to go to ice cream instead. Yeah.
All right, Mike is joining us from work, guys. So welcome, Mike. Feel free to chime in.
He's in the chat. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
First time chat, yeah. Woo!
Welcome to the chat. Elite. I'm going to say Mike.
Wow, would you dox him?
Yeah, guys, so I saw Indiana Jones. I will say I like the movie. It's a good final film, and I said this in Discord as well, but
it the final film?
I don't know.
It will be definitely the final film with Harrison Ford. Reboot in 10 years, for sure.
I think Harrison Ford's so iconic on the role, so I get their tie, and he loves the character too, don't get me wrong. So I get it. And this movie would have been... This is what the Crystal Skull should have been. Like, this was good. This was a good movie. It just happened 15 years too late, which I think was 15 years ago was Crystal Skull, if I remember it, right?
Yeah, 2009.
Yeah, so I mean, when I said 15 years on the Discord, I was like, wait, I think that's when Crystal Skull came out. And I looked it up, and I was like, yeah, it basically did. So this is the send-off they should have given him 15 years ago, and he was like 15 years younger. It would have been perfect. It's just weird to have an 80-year-old man, or 90-year-old, according to Mike. Thanks, Mike, for chiming in.
I'll be 90 in a decade.
Yeah, it's just weird to have an 80-year-old guy going through a retirement era of his life, and I'm like, that should have happened a while back. So
it did. And again, just want to point out now, finally, people don't give a fuck about old white people.
No.
People don't give a shit about Keaton and Batman. They don't care about fucking Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones. Fucking move on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Move on.
I would, like I said, I like the movie. It deserves to do. I'm not saying it deserves. Its budget was. I mean, these Disney budgets recently have been nuts, like absolutely insane nuts. Like I can't believe some of these budgets. Like I said, however you want to slice this budget up, because there's been some reports it was 329 million. What they put on the books was 250, and plus marketing. So however you want to slice it, it's a bomb, and it's just like, how do you get to that budget in this movie? And I'm like, they use that de-aging software on him a few times.
I heard it was like a significant portion of the movie, like the first third or first half or whatever.
First quarter. And like I have to say that technology looks awesome until they move, and then it just doesn't work as a human. Like it just like it looks great in a still. Like if you just look and I'm like, that looks fantastic. And then he moves and it's just so robotic, and I'm just like, I can't do that. So I don't know. Like I said, I like the movie. I just think that I cannot believe they inflated the budget the way they did. I am not shocked that it bombed, because even if it opened to 100 million, it's a bomb, right? I mean, it's not going to make its money back no matter what.
No.
So, yeah, that was the #1 movie at 60.4. That's what I saw. At least it was part of my subscription thing for A-list. So I guess that's a little bit of
I mean, as long as you enjoyed it, Jim, that's fine.
I enjoyed it. Like I said, like it makes me. The average age of my theater, by the way, was probably 55, and I'm only 42, so I was bringing the age down. But there was people next to me that had to get help to their seats because they couldn't make it up the stairs. Yeah, so the average age of that theater was quite old. I may be undercutting at 55. It was full, but it was 2:15 in the afternoon, and it was, there was a lot of older crowd there. So, yeah, but like Tony had said, you had said the appeal for everybody is not there.
No.
So,
and that's the thing is, like, if this was like $150 million movie, it could be like a break even, something like that, and you just do it to have something out. You do it to keep actors and people employed and stuff like that. That's fine. But when you're investing $200+ million, I'm not going to get into the specifics of the budget.
Whatever.
We'll just say above $200 million. Like, you need this to hit on every quadrant. They call it a 4-quadrant thing. So, like, it's fine, if you're going to like there is a demographic of older people in your audience, but you need to hit the other markets. And this movie failed on that. I'll point to last year. People were like, "Oh, will Top Gun Maverick?" I'm like, "Yeah, but everybody liked Top Gun Maverick." Like, you didn't need to be a young person to be like, okay, like Tom Cruise is still, and he's old, but he's not like ancient
he's
old.
Not 80.
And the other characters, he's doing his own stunts, and the other characters in that movie are younger to offset that. Yeah. Right. And I feel like, at least in the previews, when we saw his goddaughter or whatever it is, and didn't feel like that was enough,
No, I mean, it was a goddaughter in this movie, and I thought she was fine. She was like kind of somewhat quirky, likable. There was some surprise appearances of actors that I was trying to think back to the Crystal Skull if they were in it, and I couldn't remember. But
Shia LaBeouf?
No.
I heard they mentioned he died off screen or something.
Yeah.
Seriously, they said he died.
I don't mind to spoil that a little bit, but there's no more somebody around in this movie that never even on screen. It was just mentioned it's about a minute line that happens in the
they just say that he died.
Yeah. So
he died. Damn.
Yeah, but like I said, the movie was fun. It just needed to be done 15 years ago instead of the Crystal Skull. So
apparently the goddaughter actress is also like working on a Tomb Raider movie or something.
Oh, is she? Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't see. Okay. She was okay. I don't think she was spectacular in this movie. I don't know, but I mean, Tomb Raider, you don't have to be like spectacular. It's although gaming movies are on the mend here, so let's get them good here.
I mean, Uncharted is going to be more profitable than this movie,
which is insane. And I still stand by the fact that this movie is a better movie. It just had a stupid budget, so. But I do want them to. I would like them to recast. I think the more I
now you're okay with recasting.
Yeah, now I'm good. Like I've gotten my fill of Harrison Ford. I'm ready to see, a similar Indiana. The thing is, he's got to play it kind of similar, but.
You want Indiana Jones? I mean, you want a new Indiana Jones, a younger.
Yeah, I want a young Indiana Jones. I want to reboot, but I want him to kind of channel Harrison Ford's original character, not identically. Obviously, I'm good for something new too. I'm ready for some fresh stuff. But I want some inspiration, obviously, from the original Indy. I don't want it to be too drastically different. Kind of like what we get with James Bonds. You know what I'm saying? Like what we get with Bonds. Their own iteration of it, but it's all kind of based on the characters.
I think it's too late to do that. I think it's too late. Because at least Bond, they change it up every couple movies. Seems like, what, every decade or so, give or take.
It's only been 5 movies, so... I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, over what? How many decades, Jim? Over how many decades?
40 years,
right?
I mean,
Who cares? In 5+ years, when they reboot Indiana Jones with a young actor, do you think it's going to get better?
No, I. What do you mean, like the movie?
Yeah, I mean, no. I'm saying financially. Do you think people are going to care in 5+ years when they try to reboot Indiana Jones? Do you think people are going to care? Be like, who the fuck is Indiana Jones?
How much of this movie was killed by the Crystal Skull? I mean, that movie bombed. That killed a lot of interest, and I think that's Disney's fear with Star Wars.
For me, but also the fact that Harrison Ford's 80 years old killed it for me.
But if you think about it, like Star Wars, maybe this is I think what Disney's afraid of with Star Wars because of what happened with the last trilogy.
Wasn't he older in Crystal Skull than Sean Connery was? And
yes, yes,
yeah. So, yeah. All right. Anyways, there's let's see. But rest of the box office is Elemental 12.1. Very good holds for Elemental. It's between Spider-Man and Elemental at this point in the box office for like actually good weeks considering their holds. 12 million for Spider-Man. They just basically tied each other. No Hard Feelings, Transformers, Rise of the Beasts are your top 5. Missing from the top 5, a movie that came out 2 weeks ago.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, does Indy have a better hold? I think so.
Not.
I doubt it.
I mean, maybe it's a percentage.
This week is okay, but next week is Mission Impossible, dude.
Again, I'm not going out on a limb here, and I'm doing what was it, 74% drop, or what was it, 73% drop?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting a 65, but I'm not. I don't think it'll be 73. So it'll have.
I think it's gonna be close. It's also a B+ on Cinema Score. I mean,
yeah, I did get a score, so
I wouldn't bet on that.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting to see which one. I mean, obviously the budget for this, the Flash is. We don't know what the Flash's budget was either because there was a lot of reshoots, so we'll see about that.
Yeah, just both missed their time. They, in my opinion, it's too late for Indiana Jones, and I don't even know like how you bring that franchise back.
You could argue that both these franchises suffered from the same problem.
Flash you can bring back because it's superheroes, and eventually it's going to be fine. But Indiana Jones is Harrison Ford, and like you said, it's too late. And I don't think the stories there are going to be interesting enough. Like, is he going to fight Nazis again? Like,
sure, it's always Nazis, you know?
Right, exactly. So where's the new? Where's the fresh? Where's like, so like he's 80 years old, and in this movie he's still doing the same things he's doing.
The thing is, like, I'm not saying it definitely would have been successful, but the clear point of Crystal Skull was to have Shia LaBeouf, pass the torch down to him, right? And for whatever reason, Disney is like, nah, fuck it, we can't do that. We're just going to focus, again, on Indiana Jones. So it's like, you didn't pave the way to lay up the successor now, so that's gone. And I don't know how they do that. I don't know how they recover from that.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, Mike chimed in, the TV vehicle would be a better, due to older audiences. Disney Plus, you're saying, Mike? But, I mean, I'm guessing maybe a series for him?
Willow did nothing.
Yeah, Willow bombed.
Let's talk about bringing back like some of these. I don't know. They're more. I don't see it happening. I just can't. Yeah. I mean, I'd say you have better luck trying to do more Uncharted movies than Indiana Jones movies. Right.
Well, let's discuss. Let's see. We did the Flash. We did. Let's move on. Let's go talk about.
Are we gonna get into what you've been up to, or just you talking about what you've done?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let's get into what we've been up to.
Yeah.
Go on there, Tony. I apologize.
Yeah, you should be sorry.
I'm bad. I'm bad. Sorry. Oh man, I'm so sorry. So go on.
Let's see. So, been up to a lot actually. So rewatched the end of Ted Lasso season 2. Watching the new season of Ted Lasso season 3. 2 or 3 episodes in, and man, I gotta say, no spoilers or anything, but I cannot wait to see Nate fall from his fucking pedestal that he's put himself on. Because I'm just like, you little shit. Like, you are a fuckface. Like, I hope bad things happen. Like, I've not hated a character in a long time in a fictional, like, just comedy series. Like, even Office, I don't think I hated anybody that bad. It was just like, yeah, you're dumb. But Nate, I'm just like, dude, you have issues. Like, you suck.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
The turn he took.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
It was a hard turn for him. Yeah.
It was definitely a hard turn. But yeah, no, that show's great. I love it. It is interesting because, like, you know, it starts out as like, it's mostly a comedy series, but it can get a little dark, you know, like, not like,
I mean, there's very heavy themes
heavy
that are
themes,
addressed and that are that are talked about, and I think that it does a really good job of using the comedy to discuss those things and to use that, to make not necessarily light of those themes and things like that, but to help people communicate it and be a little bit more open to it as well and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think it's an amazing show. Like, and for Ted Lasso, the actor Jason Sudeikis going out on top essentially is like, that's hard to do because something successful, you're getting paid to do it, just want to keep making that money.
And usually, like, the studio is like, well, how much money would it take to get you back to do? That's usually what happens.
I know Craig's been coming back to Bond for like 3 movies they didn't want to do. So
no, it's concise show is the best way to say it. Concise. So
and relatable too.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm just saying in terms of its length, it's a very, like, not drawn out show. I like that. So.
And then I also watched the Air movie about the Air Jordan and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
With Ben Affleck and Matt Damon and stuff like that. It's really good.
I think Mike watched that one. I don't know. He's not on, but
I watched it.
Corey
you watched it. Okay, go on. Okay, Corey watched. I'm sorry. I'm mixing it up.
Just apologize. Just apologize for everything.
Yes, all of it.
Apologize for America, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. On behalf of America, I apologize.
But no, it was really good. It was just interesting to see, like, a behind the scenes, and obviously being a documentary type movie, I'm sure some of this has been embellished, but there are a lot of true aspects about it from what I read online afterwards and stuff like that. So it's just interesting seeing how, like, it's hard to imagine a world where Nike wasn't on top, right? Like, it's like, damn, like, Nike was the underdog. And they're just talking about, like, how, the things they had to do to get Michael Jordan, and it was a lot of, like, underhanded, like, shady, like, I'm not going to go through the age, I'm going to cut that fucking guy out. Like, he's just going to show up and stuff like that. And then, like, the budget's like, it's $250,000. It's like $250,000. Like, that's fucking nothing today. Like, that's like that's strip club money for a lot of these people now. It's like, what the fuck. So yeah, it was a good movie. And
and they basically gave him. He's the first athlete to get percentages.
That was the big takeaway from the movie was his mom really fought for that, and he's like, that's not how the industry works. And she's like, maybe it should be. Because Michael deserves it. I think he deserves it, and I thought you said that you feel he deserves it too because he's special and stuff like that. So cool. And that was good. And then the last thing I watched was the Gundam Witch from Mercury season finale. So that was good. Happy with it.
Good close. Finished.
Personally, the content of the episode was kind of questionable in terms of, like, usually you expect in the last episode, like, a gigantic mecha fight and stuff like that. You didn't really get that in this. I was like, subverting expectations, I guess, or something like that. But where the characters and everything ended up, I was fine with. It was just, it felt a little rushed in some aspects. So I'm like, one more season, they could have, like, addressed some of these, like, loose ends and stuff like that. But who knows? Maybe they'll, maybe they pivoted too late and were just like, okay, well, we'll address these in the second series or something like that. So yeah, pretty happy with it though overall. Even built a model kit.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's the one from the show.
Yep.
It's a little blurry. So.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, cool. No, it's just I think it's that whole background thing. Yeah. That's cool. Oh, that's nice.
Cool. All right. Corey.
Not too much. Just I started watching some more animes as well, but one I guess that there's so many of those, like, character comes from the real world and gets sent to fantasy world.
Isekai.
So many, yeah.
Oh, I hope I put it.
So many of those.
I hope I put it in the. Did I put it in the fucking Discord? Yes. We'll get to it later. Sorry, go on.
But yeah, there's so many of those, and like I do like the like originally I like, but then they just get flooded. You just get flooded with them. It's like Sword Art was great the first part of it with that, and then it just kind of goes downhill with the elf world or whatever. But after that, it's like everybody had some take on it, and some of them have been okay, some have been pretty bad. And so I started watching one which the names just get ridiculous. Like this one I think is I got a cheat skill or something like that. Like I went to another world and got a cheat skill or something, some stupid thing like that. But I thought it was pretty interesting because it's about this kid who's made fun of because he's fat, but he's got a heart of gold type of thing, and so he saves this girl from getting like pressured into doing things she doesn't want, and he gets beat up for his stuff, and so then my kids are screaming in the background.
Oh yeah, they are.
Hope they're okay.
But yeah, so he gets beat up for his actions, and but she doesn't forget it, and he gets left this house that has a room in it. Oh, I gotta find out what's going on. I'll be right back.
I'll fill in real quick with my stuff because I also did see Secret Invasion.
Oh, I need to watch it still. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not a traditional Marvel show, and maybe that's a good thing. I actually very much enjoy it. It's totally different. It's like Corey said, it's a thriller, kind of a mystery kind of thing. You don't know who's who. I'm quite enjoying the different pacing that you get from the show. And Samuel L. Jackson still is great as Nick Fury. You just haven't seen him in a long time, and they kind of play on that too a little bit. How old he's getting, and there's some shocking moments in this show, and some great reveals. And I think the acting is fantastic. And I gotta say, man, like, what's her name? Emilia Clarke. Emilia Clarke. She, obviously Game of Thrones. However that show ended, whatever, you forget how amazing of an actress she actually is. And then you see her in this, and she's killing it. She's absolutely killing it in the show. I just absolutely am. I love that. I love it.
Is it 2 or 3 episodes out right now?
It's now 3. I didn't get to watch the newest one today because I started it and then I played Zelda because I was like,
Secret Invasion.
Yeah, Secret Invasion. So nice. I'm I tell them how much I really enjoy it, and Emilia Clarke is awesome. Emilia Clarke is doing like she's fantastic in this. Like
I was gonna talk about that next, but my anime thing is just it starts off pretty cool. I thought where this kid's like trying to be better and be a better person. Then he goes to this magical world, and his grandfather left him his house that has a door to it or whatever. And so he goes and he just starts like fighting monsters, and he levels up, and he comes back after the summer break. It's like super fit and everything, and everybody's like, oh, who's this guy? Blah blah. But he's still that like shy,
dorky
kid who thinks he's still fat and unimportant and stuff like that. And it starts off pretty well, but like just then it goes into this the harem thing, and it's like, oh,
this is why, man. This is why I don't watch these, man. They're just
I know, but I like the idea of them. I know. Delve into the same thing, the same tropes every time.
I know. You guys need to watch this one. I'll have to look up the specific name because it's got a goofy name. I watched a couple episodes. I forget if I mentioned it on the podcast, but it's a kind of, I guess, isekai reverse, where like
a fancy guy goes into the modern world.
So like basically, the show starts off with this young adult guy going to the hospital, and he's visiting his uncle who's in like a coma or something like that for like, I don't know, a decade or 2 decades or something like that. And all of a sudden his uncle wakes up while he's visiting him in the hospital, and he's like, they're talking for a little bit, but then immediately he's like, wait, what year is it? Blah blah blah, this and the other thing. He's like, I was asleep for that long. And like the first question after that, he asks his, nephew, he's like, tell me something I need to know right now. And he's like, nephew's like, what? And he's like, who's winning the console wars? Is it Sega? And he's just like, Sega doesn't even make hardware anymore. And he's like, what? He's like, what? Like, nunny, like that kind of thing. And he's like, what happened in 20 years and stuff like that. So you find out that the uncle went to, got isekai to this fantasy world or whatever like that,
gotcha.
and he came back, and so now he's, has no house, has no job or anything like that. So he's living with his nephew, and they have to figure out a way for him to get like income and reacclimate to society and stuff like that. And then you very quickly find out like he still retains his skills and abilities and magic spells from that other world.
Right.
So they start off by like just making YouTube videos of his uncle like casting magic and stuff like that to get views. But it's just so funny because like throughout it, like they just reference old video game era. So he's like, "Yeah, I want to go to the shop and pick up like the Sega Dreamcast thing and whatnot." And it's like just
those are good though. It's like when you get that time displaced person.
Yeah, exactly. So
references things.
It's like semi isekai because like every now and then it'll flash back to like his uncle at back in the world and stuff like that. But then it'll be like present day and like why he knows certain powers and stuff like that. So cool. I think you guys are like, I'll look up the name.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix.
I didn't know what you guys could you mention, Jim, with Secret Wars or Secret
I just
Invasion?
said I've watched 2 episodes of Secret Invasion, so
Gotcha.
I'm really enjoying it.
This one came out today.
Yeah, and I didn't see I only watched the first like 5 minutes, and then.
But it's very good. Like I think mentioned last week, it's like the slow burn thing. That's what this show is. That's what
it's perfect for it. I was saying that it's a great change of pace. It's like something different from Marvel, and it actually works really well.
Very grounded, and even though you have like the scrolls,
But it is. You're right. Yeah.
And but that's the thing that makes it so interesting is because of the scrolls. It's really quite impressive what they do with like the fact that you can't really trust people. That's the whole thing is like trust. And it's like because you find out very early like there are some significantly important people, world leader type people that are not people, and it's like, oh damn, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. This is a lot bigger than you expect. And like some of the taglines and like the advertisements have been like scrolls have been there longer than and so yeah, it's really neat. And you see a couple familiar faces and stuff, and you learn some new things. And Fury's kind of like put out on his own a little bit, so it's pretty cool to see how he reacts to all that.
Yeah, no, it's been
highly recommend though. I think it's one of their better shows in a long time.
It's definitely got completely new vibe to it. Like it's not the same old tropes with Marvel, and it's worked. It works really well.
And Gravik, the actor that plays Gravik, has been good. I like him.
He's great. Like I had said, the acting has been really good on that. In the show. It's been very good. I forgot how much I liked actually Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury.
He's great. Perfect casting. I mean, that's what Marvel did great out of the gates. It was just smart casting choices. For a lot of those characters. Like I'd say the original Avengers cast was perfect casting.
Yep.
Something like that. Yeah. But I guess moving to the news really quick, just to relate it to isekai. I don't know if you guys saw the tweet or not. I thought I linked in the Discord. But apparently there's a Suicide Squad isekai anime coming out.
What?
A Suicide Squad?
You did link it, yeah. Right. Like their love of Suicide Squad. Yeah. You said something about that. I didn't get to see that trailer, but I was like, okay, that's what that is?
It's straight up anime, and it looked like it's Harley Quinn in a fantasy, medieval setting for a little bit and stuff like that. So it's like, I mean, it actually looks nicely animated, so I'm curious, but like, it's just who at Warner Brothers is pushing for fucking Suicide Squad this bad? I just do not understand it over everything else.
Yeah, I don't. You said I have no idea. It's crazy. It really is. So, all right. Let's see. Let's get to some news here. We only have a couple. We covered a lot of news during it, but I guess we'll kick off with Aquaman being a standalone film.
Well, I don't even know what the fuck that means, dude.
It's just gonna be its own thing because James Gunn's doing his own thing that's not involving that.
I don't care. I really don't care.
And like, even though Jason Momoa was in The Flash, and they're like, oh, we're still hanging on to things.
Yeah, so it's basically there will be no references to any DCEU whatsoever. They're kind of.
But they shot. Doesn't he have lines with one of the Batman?
They have not. They're not going to be in the movie.
They're cutting the George Clooney scenes.
That's what I was under the impression.
Oh boy.
Well, it started out as Ben Affleck, and then they pivoted to Keaton, but then they pivoted back to Clooney. I thought.
No.
Whatever. It's a fucking mess. I don't care.
On this,
Aquaman is gonna bomb. There's no fucking way it's successful.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's mention Jonathan Majors. We talked about him months ago. It turns out that the incident that occurred appears to have been falsely accused. So I have to bring it on the episode because we talked about it here. So the girlfriend in question apparently after seeing the video that he had of it, the police were like questioning whether they should arrest her actually from the abuse case. So he's been cleared of charges on that. There are still claims of issues with him on sets.
Yeah, that's the thing that we talked about last week. Is like they all kind of like, a lot of people came out of the woodwork when this stuff came out. It's like, yeah, this guy's an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, so he's gone on record saying he has actually come out saying I'm a method actor. First of all, I hate method actors. Most people do. He has said that that's due to the way he gets his character. He doesn't mean to be disrespectful, and Corey just was like, I'm out of here. Fuck this. But yeah, he doesn't need to be doesn't mean to be disrespectful. That's the way he comes across. But he does need to fix that problem without a doubt. So, Corey, you there?
Nope.
No,
we lost
the video.
Yeah.
My Discord crashed, but I still hear you guys, and I see you guys.
Okay. You're having some Discord issues, man.
Yeah, so it's not even open right now. I don't understand how this is happening.
Yeah, no. Thanks, Mike hears you, so you're good. You're just a ghost on the video. So because if you don't have a video, you don't have a picture. So
yeah, well, like I said, Discord is not
ghost in the Discord.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, the last bit of the news I have for this is it appears Adam Driver is not accepting the role of Reed Richards as was previously reported.
Thank God. Thank fucking God.
Whatever it was, I think it was money disputes. I think they offered him a contract, and then Disney was like, "Wait a minute, we're cutting shit. We're not paying him this much money."
Which is what they should do. They should just get some like B or C list actor that shows promise.
This sounds good because that leaker, My Time to Shine, hello, is on Twitter. It leaks a lot of very reputable things, and it just wherever they are, they just wrote who is going to be Reed Richards. And who is in all caps, which makes you think, obviously, Doctor Who. So it's got to be Matt Smith.
That's it?
Right? Matt Smith? I mean, there's not going to be David Tennant. David Tennant's already got a role.
No, I hope it's a small-time actor.
I mean, Matt Smith already has a role in a Marvel movie.
Well, who is he?
He's the villain in Morbius.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't fucking matter.
Of course it doesn't. I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm just saying. Like, Chris Evans was, fucking Human Torch.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
So I think I'm okay with Matt Smith as Reed Richards. He's
better than Adam
fantastic.
Driver. Yep, absolutely.
He's fantastic. So I really like him.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think he's been very good. And what was the other movie? I just watched him in. What was he? He was in. What was he in? I saw recently. Hang on. Let me bring this up because it's going to bother me. But I think it's a good. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying I was against Adam Driver. I said that I thought it would be kind of cool. I think he's better suited for like villain roles, but I don't want to typecast him, but like you guys said, I'm not. If somebody new would be kind of cool. I don't disagree with you on that. I think that's probably. I forgot. Yeah, there's Morbius. I'm trying to see his acting. He was in House of the Dragon, which I saw him and he was really good in that. He's been very good in his roles that he's actually played, that I've seen him in. But I don't know. Obviously, Doctor Who I loved. But
you got a lot of Doctor Who actors in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. I mean, that's because there's a lot of Doctor Who actors around. They go through cast like crazy in Doctor Who. So, but I don't know. We'll see how it works out. It may not even be him. We'll see when they announce it officially over the.
I feel like they're gonna delay this movie again.
I think so too, but I think we get the announcement for the cast in like September, October.
I don't think I linked it, but I think Marvel is completely skipping San Diego Comic-Con this year now because of everything getting delayed because of the writer's strike.
Yeah, that and I mean that's hurting a lot of things right now. This writer's strike, and there's
it's going on for a while.
There's a looming actor strike. Did you see that?
Yep.
So, that's a little bit more millionaires versus billionaires than the writers, obviously. So I'm not as sympathetic to actors as I am to writers, but
I think it was director. The directors almost had one, but then they caved immediately or came to an agreement immediately or something like that. I forget.
Yeah. I can't see the actors one going either. That's going to be
no.
The writers one has to stop eventually. They have to all they have to get together on an agreement at some point because Deadpool 3 I heard is almost done filming, But
Mhm.
how do you ad lib anything in that? That's
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of reshoots.
yeah, yeah. So all right,
Didn't they
that's gonna
move that up? They moved that up.
they moved up that one. Yeah, went up until May, right? To
I was
May.
like, we gotta get this on
Mhm.
tape.
Yep.
So weird that they moved that up because if they have to do reshoots, that's
I think it's
crazy.
the big movie of the summer next year, right?
It's
Yeah.
going to
Some
be,
May kickoff.
and it will be. I mean, you got the mutants joining the MCU essentially is what's
Mhm.
going to happen.
And that's
So,
what's going to kick this off. I guarantee you the whole
well, I
thing is
mean,
going to be.
they've been sprinkling it in, and I think the Marvels might be a good movie. I don't know how that's going to do box office wise because there's a lot of hate for the Marvels right now.
Why?
I don't know because I think it
Racist,
looks
sexist.
yes, yeah.
Oh.
I think it looks fun. I think it looks like it's going to be really good. But it appears that people are doing prejudged opinions.
It's just like how Captain Marvel turned out.
Yeah. Well,
Which is
exactly. It's
Oh,
just,
$1 billion movie. Okay.
but I do
exactly.
believe that you already have. There's already two mutants in the Marvels
Mhm.
movie. There's two mutants in there, so I think there's something in that movie for mutants.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I think Deadpool is going to be the one that kicks down the door, literally and
Do they?
figuratively.
Yeah. Do they like already? Do they like have Carol Danvers become a mutant in this? Like, do they have her be a mutant? That's the tie. Do you think that's the?
No, she gets her powers in.
I know that, but did she already have them? A mutation kind of thing. Enhance them. That's why she's so powerful. I mean, they could do it.
We'll
You
find
could
out.
do it very easily. So, all right. That's going to wrap up the movie cast, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, we are live on Twitch, usually on Tuesday nights starting at 8 o'clock. So please join us live. YouTube the following day. We will be on there this week on Thursday. But subscribe to both channels. That way, if there's
Smash that like button.
yeah, if there's a
Leave a
holiday like
comment.
it was yesterday, you get notified once we go live today. And I got notified when we went live, and Mike did. That's why Mike's watching. Hi, Mike. And we'll be on YouTube the following day. You get notified that way. So smash the like, leave a comment for us. We appreciate it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We are out. We'll be back on the Gamecast.